All right, we are live. How's it going? It's Mike Pyatt and Brian Fleming on the line. And what we're going to go over today are some new YouTube updates that pretty much affected the game pretty big. That came out the 22nd. Today's the 25th of October. So just a few days ago, and some accounts are getting hit by it. And then Brian has some stuff too. Brian, what do you got?
I've been doing a lot with SEO, really doubling down on it. I don't want to say I ever got away from it. That's not true. I did get away from it because what had happened is the traffic grew so much, my sales just came up and I was good. I'm meeting my end of the year goals and nothing wrong with that, right?
Yep.
And I think if you look on previous calls, I talk about just working on product and not even caring about marketing because I'm getting 700-800 visitors a day, right?
True. Yep.
Was there anything more about that YouTube update? I had no idea. You just said that. And
yeah, I'll just do it. It just takes a minute. Yeah.
Why don't you share that with us? And then I can get into some SEO wins and losses.
Okay. Yep. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah. The YouTube update. Basically with YouTube ads, now you can't use similar to lists, also called like their customer match. You have to first spend $50,000, and like all these accounts got hit by it.
So that's like their lookalike list?
Yeah, they're lookalike. Yep. So like this, so this account, I'll go to all campaigns.
Did you lose some high paying accounts, like good accounts that were making good ROI off that?
Yeah. Yep.
Shit.
This is the last 7 days. Let's see. So yeah, right here. Yeah, it stopped. And this account, let's see, total. This account has spent $17,000. It's got 783 webinar registers. So cost per webinar register
That's
is
a webinar client.
22. Yep. And then his booked calls. Yep. So
boy,
yeah.
Google makes bad decisions sometime, huh?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, yeah, it's yeah.
So a takeaway here to me in the bigger scheme of things is that even in paid traffic, the rules can change, right?
True.
And all the money you spent to optimize these campaigns for that segment is like sunk at this point, right?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, the majority of the traffic was coming from, so this is like a similar to list.
Right.
Spent like 7,000. Now here's something interesting with this. So this got about $19 conversion for a webinar, and it got 376 of them. And then another one just similar to list. This one similar to list again, and the next one topic. But this one custom scraped URLs. So
yeah,
this one actually got webinar registers for 878.
Shit, man.
So, but this is the thing that you talked about a lot with PC Tattletale, your biz. What happened? Like, this is so targeted, but only so many people are searching those videos per day.
Yeah, so it's
I can never hit that
in volume. Yeah, it's limited in volume. You can't scale it. It's a good one.
I've tried multiple times searching for because he does a fitness business. So I've tried multiple times, like finding different like ways to get stuff like just specifically fitness and business. And then like, so I think the similar to list, I don't think it can target that well. I doubt it can target actually like business owners who are specifically fitness owners, you know, fitness business owners. I don't think that's why it was more cost per conversion, I think, because I can prove.
Yeah, I think that's totally true. I think we all make the mistake of thinking there's millions of these people out there, and I just think these are platforms, and although a lot of people use them, there's just not that many out there, right?
Yes, and there's only so many ways you can target that people. Like if I actually had a magic wand and could target every single like fitness business owner, I'm sure it would be tons, but it's like, how can you actually, like I tried like doing the custom intent, which is supposedly what they typed in Google, and like I put the word like fitness business. That didn't convert that well, so obviously probably didn't actually work that well. Because I have data when like I actually know they're fitness business people, you know, they convert a lot better, therefore a lot cheaper. So these are like all the things like how to create a 6-figure fitness business, fitness marketing 101, personal trainer salary, personal trainer tips. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, those are nice long tail terms.
Yeah, but like, yeah. So with these, yeah, I only got 46 in this one, and then yeah, some were another campaigns and mobiles. But yeah, like so if I go to this, like his ad will actually play. I'm pretty sure. Nope.
With Wix, you can create a professional website that looks.
Wix always takes over the game.
Do they really? They're buying it out, huh?
Always. They buy out millions.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Nope. Wix again.
With Wix, you can create a professional website that looks stunning. Just go to Wix.com.
Yep. $1 million ad spend.
Oh, I know. Like per month, dude. Like,
you know, I don't know the details on them, Mike, but it wouldn't surprise me if they're a funded company and they don't really even have to make a profit.
Pro.
You know what I'm saying?
I got a cool thing to show you too.
Sure.
Here. Okay, so watch the Wix ad show up again. So watch this on any ad. Well, you don't see ads because you have YouTube Red, right?
Right, but if I did.
Okay, yep. Or if you go to new incognito, you know, you can actually do stats for nerds, and you can actually find the person's listed YouTube video, or unlisted, I should say.
What do you mean?
But that's the ID for the video. So then you can actually just plug it in right at the end of a video ID string.
Oh, and pull it up in the future.
And pull it up. Wait, fuck.
I get what you're saying. If you want to go back and look at it.
Yeah.
Oh, for their ad.
Yeah.
I get it. Okay. So if like the Wix ad's playing, I'm like, I really like that ad.
Yes.
Hack to be able to save
also
that video.
How many views they got, and then you can like compare and say, okay, this one's actually profitable, it's more views. And then yeah, then you can now I have a copy of this whenever I can even download it. 1.7 million views, and they have like 20 different videos, I'd say.
Wow. That's amazing. Look at 109 thumb up and only 37 down. Because you know, ads like that, they piss people off. They're just too much, right?
Yeah.
And to not be getting a lot of negatives on that's pretty good.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a pretty cool thing. Yeah. If you ever want to, I have like a swipe file. I have like 50 different ads now. I'm going to like review them all like in a series because one of my topped, I don't know, it's like jump cut YouTube ad. This is like my top keyword for this channel. Right there, Profit It Pro. Let's go in, and this is like an ad, and I just watched it. It's actually pretty funny. I just watched this ad, and then I didn't even know people would actually be searching this. Like that's like the top keyword.
Wow. Weird.
Yeah. So it's got like 12,000 organic views.
What up? It's your boy MP, and we're watching this ad, Jump Cut from Kong. They had a YouTube channel that will pick up now teaching other people.
So you hijacked that keyword.
Yeah, I did. People actually search this. This is actually like a keyword.
Okay, and you did the analysis of it.
Yes.
It got on top. That's pretty smart.
I barely even did like a
views. That's nice. Wow.
Yeah. So that's a huge because yeah, and I've tried to rank for every type of YouTube ads, YouTube in-stream ads, YouTube advertising, not even close to like anywhere in the top, like probably 20 to 30.
That's a huge takeaway.
Yeah. So these keywords that, I mean, you really wouldn't even think about that. You know,
how did you find that keyword?
I didn't. I wanted to do it for myself. Like I wanted a recording of this. Like, oh, maybe, you know, I can use this later on and have this. Or it was like just a series just for like the 100% content. So it wasn't even for an actual keyword. But I'm going to start a series with all the ads. So I'll do it for Wix. I'm sure like people will probably searching that afterwards. Now, it may not be the most targeted because, dude, a lot of these comments are like somewhat like noobs. I mean, it's got 42 comments.
Well, fine, but what you found out is by taking an ad, people search that ad.
Yep.
And I think not always, but the smaller brands, I think it's pretty easy to rank for them. That's been my conclusion in general.
Yeah.
Like a brand like Wix is going to be fairly easy to rank for.
Well, yeah, maybe not Wix since it's a bigger brand, but like,
yeah, they're a bad example.
or like a direct marketer, I guess, maybe type.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. And especially when you put the modifier YouTube ad, you know what I'm saying? Because not everyone has that. Everyone will have like Grant Cardone or whatever, Tony Robbins, the name, but no one will have like Tony Robbins YouTube ad, you know?
Right.
So it's like, that's what makes it hit. So yeah, that's a takeaway. Now there is one other update that is some positive news. So now you can target TV screens specifically or actually exclude it, like do the negative, you know.
Wow.
But before you couldn't. So it was always a little bit, you got a little bit of TV. So I went on this. What's that?
That's okay.
Yeah, so that's a new device. So there's always just mobile, desktop, and tablet, and everyone just did mobile and desktop for the most part.
Now there's TV.
Now there's TV. Yep. So the good part is that I don't actually want to target that unless I was doing a specific strategy for that, because I looked at the data and it didn't convert.
How on earth? I don't even know if it's possible, Mike, to click through to a website on a TV.
Yeah, true. That's a good point too.
Now we watch in my living room. We watch YouTube on a giant TV constantly. And if we didn't have YouTube Red, we'd just deal with the ad.
True.
Those ads are like TV commercials. They're passive and branding. And I think for remarketing, it would probably be a pretty good play, actually. But I think it's right. You need to know that that's a medium, and that's another got you on YouTube. It's another way they kind of, unfortunately, dilute their own results, you know?
True.
Because if you're doing anything with direct marketing, that channel is going to look bad. It's going to make everything look worse.
Very true.
All right. I got another YouTube tip from you then.
Yeah, that's literally brand new. And I have another account too with I have a lot of accounts, but like this one, it doesn't even have it yet. So which is crazy.
I would say in general, you would turn a TV down unless you really, I would almost set up a separate campaign for it. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, for sure. I always split them.
Yeah. I'm going to put that.
So here's the data so far. So somehow TV screens got $262 spent. And then, yeah, zeros.
Oh, yeah. So it basically wasted $200 out of how much?
Out of like 17,000.
$200 out of 17,000. They must have just turned this on recently. There's got to be more people on TV watching it than that.
Interesting. Yeah, I wonder. Wow. Yeah, this is the account that had all the similar to lists. So now like everything's basically paused.
Well, you got to tell them YouTube changed things. You know, here's another insight when you're working with a client that I realized when I was doing Facebook ads is like, if YouTube screws up or doesn't deliver, that's still your fault. It's still your fault. You can't say that the tool sucks and I'm doing my best. Like that, they're paying you for results basically.
Yep.
This beast, you know.
Yep.
And you can get caught in the middle.
Yep.
Boy.
Yeah. And then it's tough to explain to a client, or at least I feel like I always lack that. Like, how do I communicate all this? Like, do I even alert them?
I think that's super hard to do.
And then you say, oh, hey, the similar two stop working. And it's like, well, what is that? Like, what is that going to do for them? Yeah, it would keep them updated, but then it would just seems like it would cause more stress for them.
I think you need to just tell them that YouTube eliminated similar to lists. These were the campaigns getting you the best results. Costs are going to increase until we can scale it, finding another method. It's the best you can do. And if he says, you know what, this is just too expensive, then I don't think that's your fault, Mike. I think that's Google's fault.
I agree. Yeah. And he said
You
he was
know?
already complaining about the cost per lead price and wanted it down to like $15.
I agree, because when I would do seminars, webinars for my Facebook ads, and this is 3 years ago, it's weird because like it was exactly 3 years ago, like right now, right at this time I was doing them. I think on Facebook, I really wanted to be at like $3 a registration, and I was coming in at like 5 and 7, and I don't think I ever did more than 7. Granted, the quality may have not always been there, but that's kind of where my head was at. And when I see lead costs of what's he, 22?
Yeah.
Your registration, it's just hard to make the math work if your webinar is not converting, which my webinar, it didn't convert at all. But you know, just because you're having a webinar doesn't mean you make 200 grand, you know?
Right.
And I think what's happening is there's probably a lead quality problem going on, and not your fault, just is what it is. Probably not people showing up for the webinar. And yeah, he does need to get the cost per lead down, you think. But as you said before, and it's super hard to track, that may not be true. You want quality leads, people that buy.
I agree. I was going to say,
and that would be the pitfall.
Is they book a call with him. So really,
webinar sign ups for $1 a piece, but they're going to be out of India. That's not what he wants.
Wait, what'd you say? You kind of cut out.
You can get them webinar registrations for $1 a piece, but they're going to be out of India and Pakistan and all these lovely places.
That's very true.
You know, so I know what he's saying, but yeah, I would agree. I would think, and I know on YouTube it's hard to get. It's hard. It seems like it's hard to get lead costs under $10. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, for sure. I pay $30 a lead for the SEO company.
There you go. And we've had a lot of conversations about.
That seems like a good deal to me, though, for like a pretty good deal.
When you're making 10, 20 grand off a client, it's a great deal.
Yeah, and so is he too. So I think he makes more.
The conversions must not be there.
Yeah,
I get it. Well, those are some pretty good updates, Mike. Televisions, and then similar to lists. What a bonehead move by Google.
Yeah, seriously. So yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find more custom scrapes somehow, or some other like combination of different ones. Yeah, that's dumb when you can't do any similar twos, like similar to watch this video, similar to visit your site, none of that. Yeah, and it just seems weird. Like, why would they want to do that, you know?
Privacy policy. I'm sure someone in a board meeting was more worried about them getting sued than making money, because they're making plenty of money. They don't want to get sued.
True. They're making
so much money. My interpretation of it. Yeah, they make billions. They're not hard up for cash. They just don't want to be on CNN that they're invading people's privacy and selling it to similar to marketers. And
true.
Yeah,
that's always my lesson. To not rely on one source.
Well, here's, and let's test this because it's something I've always believed. If you're driving leads through paid acquisition, which he is, and the platform either goes away or changes the rules or whatever, because your funnel works, you can go buy it from other sources, right?
Right.
And you kind of have more control.
True. He was doing Facebook, and then his Facebook account got banned.
Hold on. That was my point. Yeah. But then you say, well, how many places on the internet can you buy ads from? And I would say there's 2. There's Google and Facebook. Now, yes, Twitter has ads, but it's not nearly as powerful. LinkedIn has ads. It's very expensive and very limited reach. Who else is there, man? You're going into third-party banner ads. Where are you going to run ads? So
true.
The internet's definitely consolidating. And in the ad space, I agree. I have my Facebook account shut off. It sucks if you want to do paid traffic. Like you're done. You're just done. So
yeah, more than one source for sure. That makes me really want to like learn organic too better, like
well,
and
we'll get
partnerships.
into that in a second because I got some wins from organic over the last week or so here.
Okay, nice.
But,
Yep.
So I think the other takeaway from it is, what other choices does he have? Frankly, really, he can go buy pay per click in the search engine. Good luck with that. Like that's going to be $20 a click. He'll never get leads for $15 a piece, right?
True.
Where else can he go and buy ads? And I don't think there's anywhere else.
True. Now we should look at his YouTube channel. He is trying to do organic too. We should look at that for like 30 seconds and see how would you improve his account? It's like the words.
Healthpreneur.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go to one of his ads. It's a surefire way to get to the channel.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll get your video in just a second, but if you're a health or fitness...
This one has 52,000 views. Then so if we go to his channel, what do you think? He's getting like 2 weeks ago, 15 views, 32 views, 36, 27. This one, oh, I wonder why. This one was an ad. 23K, 24, 35, 26, 27, 7, 28.
How long have you been doing it?
3 months ago, 6 months, 6 months.
He's doing good. That's good.
Okay. Building up his base, you think?
Huh?
Building up the base.
Totally. And I'll tell you, here's the thing, man. When I I'll go back to doing the Facebook ad stuff 3 years ago, I would look at, I'd have very similar stats, like 50 views, right? And I'd sit there and I'd get really frustrated, like this isn't working. And then I left it and it like blew up later when I wasn't looking at it. And now that channel has almost 1 million views.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Type in building social proof.
Oh yeah, true. Did you ever use your name there or no?
No, I don't know. I don't think I put my name in it much. No. Yeah, it'll be down there.
It will?
Somewhere in there.
Should look for channels.
There it is.
7,387. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, my video's right there. How sweet.
Yep. Yeah. Remember we did that? That was a webinar. Like
I didn't even know you could do this activities thing.
Yeah, 7 months ago.
Nice. Okay. Video.
Yeah. So look at these videos now when you look at them.
1K, 1.2, 7.4, 3.7, 1.3, 3.1, 2.4, 1.7, 7, 847, 80. So your newer ones, 2.4, 427, 5.2.
So it just takes time, you know?
True. Let's see how many videos you did.
Like
that's pretty good.
Yeah, I did like 3 a week for a couple months.
Wow.
They're all short videos.
That's crazy. And then you say you got locked out of this channel or no?
Yeah, I got locked out of it, and then I found my way back years later. I guess I could post to it again if I wanted to do that sort of thing.
True. That's crazy though. So you would just create content. What was your overall strategy for this channel?
I would research a keyword, but not necessarily an SEO keyword, more of a trending keyword from Alltop. It's a site that lists the trending social media stuff.
Okay.
My intent was to build a Periscope following. So then that would be the title of my Periscope video. And that's what you're seeing here are my Periscope videos repurposed on YouTube. That one.
That one's specific because it has intro?
No. That one might be one. Just play it. I just bought like that was a $5 bumper off of Upwork. It was $5 for that.
Let me explain. So my last video I talked about.
Is your audio off?
What do you mean?
Like of your voice? Oh, it looks like it was off.
Well, it's probably because we're watching it over the web.
Okay.
I don't know.
Cocktail party, right? We all know it's the largest cocktail party on the planet. Things like Periscope.
So I was filming this live on Periscope, and then I repurposed it for YouTube.
I've watched several of your videos, sir. We'll be looking at Periscope in a bit.
Yeah.
Nice video, but you should credit Ryan Dice. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's some good YouTube stuff, some YouTube ad stuff. So yeah, everyone out there can still use YouTube ads. You're gonna more go with keywords, placements, and different type of custom selected videos and stuff. Organic, yep, you're pushing out a lot of content. That's trendy. Be in the community, I would say. And then yeah, Brian, let's get to your Google organic stuff.
Yep. Okay. So little backstory.
Okay.
Over the summer, SEO is growing. We've made videos about that. Took my eye off it, focused more on product, and really just kind of relaxed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like things are good. And then traffic goes from like 700-800 people a day down to like 500 people a day. And sales go down with it a little bit, right? But seeing the traffic going down was like alarm bells, like, holy shit, man, what's going on, right? So I might have talked a couple recordings ago about upgrading content, right? So
yes.
Starting to rank, and now I'm going to really put a lot of care behind it and really make it best in class, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it works really good when you're going from a $10 300-word outsourced article to me writing it 2,000 words with pictures, graphics, full explanations, right? That's a content upgrade. Well, what I did is I went through my posts that I already did that to, and I'm going to do it again. I'm going to look at these posts again. I'm going to make them even better. I'm going to make the headline better. I'm going to make the call to actions better. I'm going to go through and clean them up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I do that. I spent like the better part of a day on one post and cleaned it up. And anyway, put it out there, and I did like my top 3 or 4, and all of a sudden like sales really tank and signups tank. And I'm like, huh. So then I go into Google Analytics and I look at the conversion rate on these pages before I made the change and then after I made the change. And guess what happened?
It dropped the conversions.
Oh my God. Some of these pages went from 8 and 9% to 1. Wow. And so I went into WordPress and I reverted them. I reverted all my changes. And then lo and behold, the rankings started coming back. And within a day of me reverting those changes, I went from 25 subscribers to 45.
Damn,
just
dude.
from reverting back the changes.
So important to know your numbers, track it, actually look at it, and then you can reverse it. Wow.
The takeaway from me is after you've done one content upgrade and the page is performing, it's getting signups, it's converting, it's listed in the search engines, maybe don't mess with it. Maybe take a different track, right?
Yeah.
So one thing I noticed, and it was a really big win, I'm going to show you in a second, is some guys were ranking higher than me in their blog. It had a lot of votes, and it was a 5-star blog post. Have you ever seen those?
Like a 5-star in Google?
In Google search.
Yes.
And people voted it up, and it's like, gosh, the stars, it just had so much credibility, you know?
Yeah, that's awesome. Yes.
And I'm like, I'm gonna figure out how to add those stars to my website. And I found out how to do it with a free WordPress plugin, right?
I love it. I use one of those too. Yep.
You do. Okay. This is huge. So then I put the 5-star ratings in, and my hypothesis is when you go into Google Webmaster Tool, the top metric, it says click-through rate. That's got to be very important to them, right?
Right.
Any blog post with 5 stars is going to have a higher click-through rate than one that doesn't. It just jumps out on the page more. It subconsciously adds credibility. So I went through all my ranking posts, the highest ones, and added 5-star rankings. And Mike, 2 days later, in Google, I'm going to show you one of them in a second.
Okay.
And our conversion rate in general on the site, it didn't go up dramatically, but it also hasn't had one of those weeks where it just doesn't convert well, where it used to get those. So the average, it does feel like, is up quite a bit. And I got to believe it's the subconscious effect of people seeing a 5-star thing when they click on it, right?
True.
And they type in PC Tattletale review. Well, what comes up? My blog post on reviews, and it's 5-star, right?
True.
So that in SEO, I think in your blog posts, if they're ranking, make sure they have 5-star review. It's just going to lend more credibility to everything you're doing. I don't know why you wouldn't do that.
I agree. Yep.
And that was a huge, huge win. So the next thing, I committed to writing a new blog post every week. And last week, it was a couple weeks ago on our call, you told me about a tool called Keywords Everywhere, and it lists the SEO volume and search competition, and I love that thing. And I used it to find a couple keywords to write about, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I found one, had pretty good search volume, and then it ranked on page 1 and then went back to page 2, right?
Okay.
And I thought, boy, that thing has a competition on it, but it's ad spend competition. It's not SEO competition. And there's a difference, right?
Right.
So then I'm like, boy, you need to know the SEO competition of these terms, or you're just like flying blind at this thing. Like, you have to know that. You have to know the search volume and the SEO competition. And
True.
so, Mike, I didn't do it exhaustive, but I did look around a while for a free tool and was completely unable to find one. They just don't exist, really.
True.
Unless you know of one.
No.
So every single tool I went to was $100 a month. Every single one of them. I found one called Keyword Finder, KW Finder.
I like that. I was just going to say that one. Yep.
And I signed up. I paid them their $44. I
Oh,
figured,
wow.
hey, for the kind of money I'm making and what I spend on links, $44 is nothing. It's
True.
nothing.
And that does give you the competition really well, right?
It does. And then I started typing in some of my focus terms, and they would have a lot of competition and no search volume. And I sit there like, why did I even write this? Why did I waste the time? And lo and behold, the blog post that brings in 80 to 90% of everything, it just has this weird spot of lots of terms with lots of search and no competition. Like, of course, it's obvious what's happening, right? So I thought, well, I started searching for random terms and using this tool. And what I would find is they grade the level of competition from like 0 to 100, you know. Like in the 20s is easy, in the 50s is hard, to give you a scale of things. I'm looking for the low-hanging fruit, right? Like, I spent an hour just searching random terms. I couldn't find anything, you know, like nothing. Everything was like moderately competitive, and most of it had low search volume, right? So I said, well, why don't you upload all the blog posts you've done, all the Yoast SEO focused keywords you've done, and load it into this tool, and then sort them and see if you have any that potentially could benefit from some SEO, or maybe you don't. Maybe there's just nothing here. I want to want to share my screen real quick and we
Okay,
can
great.
get a keyword list together and kind of strategize.
Okay, sweet.
Yep. All right. See this?
Yes.
Okay, we got a spreadsheet, right?
Yes.
SEO difficulties here. So we start at 60 and it goes down. Okay.
Okay.
Now I come down here and we get an anomaly, like keylog's an anomaly, right? It's cool because I think everybody's going to kind of face the same thing. So I come up here and I see this one here. This one jumped out at me is it's got pretty good search volume and it's still pretty easy to rank for. Okay.
Okay.
So this one today, I rewrote this post and tomorrow I'm going to clean it up and republish it. So this is the first one I'm going to go after. And frankly, the only thing I believe that I can really do at this point is link build for it. I mean, that's really about it.
That is.
Any opinions on that?
That really is it.
It is. It's just that simple. Like, find the keyword, write the best post you can possibly write for it. This thing's ranking position 40 right now. But my hypothesis is that if I can get this one to #1 with the ancillary terms, it would bring in enough money to potentially add double-digit growth to my business, right?
Yes. Now, what about on page? Do you have other posts linking to this page? That's
well, that was one thing I did do. The post that's on this post right here is the one I wrote. It's a new post and it's on page 2 right now. And I did do that. I went into other posts and found similar posts and kind of injected the keyword and linked to this post.
Yep.
You think that would be a good strategy?
Yeah, I definitely, because then it'll pass the link juice. Because if it's not connected, then it won't pass that link juice.
So now let me ask you this. Would it be better to take a page that I got a lot of links pointing at it and it's ranking and just link off to this one?
Yeah, that shouldn't hurt your rankings.
It won't hurt. Okay, so
That's
link
not
to
like
the most powerful pages.
Yeah, and sometimes I'll even do like a hidden link too, like a no text decoration. But you don't you can just do it in a normal link too. Doesn't matter.
Okay, so would a strategy be you said no text decoration?
Yeah, if it doesn't really like fit that well.
You know, I'll always like I can inject it. It's pretty easy.
Okay, yep.
Would it make sense to go into Google Webmaster, sort by most ranked pages in your blog, and then start linking off from those to your ones you want to rank? Because that's the one Google would see that has the most link power.
That, yeah, I guess with links, not the necessarily one that's like getting the most traffic or pages, but the one that has the most links to it.
That would push the most power to the page you want to rank.
Correct. Yep.
All right. That's a good tip. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Right.
So anyone listening, yeah, when you do that strategy, you still have to have incoming links to that actual page. So like if you had a brand new website and you linked page A to page B, that wouldn't do anything. But if you already had incoming links to page A and then you linked it to B, then it would pass that link juice.
That's why you want to go into Webmaster Tools and see which ones have links, because they'll tell you which ones have the most links, right?
Yep. And in most cases, you'll know if you have links or not. But yeah, Webmaster Tools are majestic. You'll know if you've built links from other SEO efforts or companies, or if your site is actually like organically popular, maybe get some links, you know, that way.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of a chicken and egg problem, right? If no one knows about your site, how do you get links?
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Very true. You got to start somewhere.
So this one is going to be another one I'm going to do. It looks like it's kind of got a sweet spot. Now, this one I put in green, okay? This is best keylogger for Windows 10. This one I bought some links from you. I didn't even buy very many.
Okay.
And this one we were able to rank. So I know from just buying links, I can get these to the top because this one's like more difficult, right?
Right.
I think if I come up here, I did it again. So then I came up, and this is a difficulty of 33, which is a little more, right? This
Okay.
other track a cell phone. This guy, he gets a lot. It's people are spending money on it. This one's gonna take probably more link power, but it's got like a pretty good payoff, right? And Android guy, I've got sub blog post on those, so putting links there. That's got good traffic. 33. I'm ranking for pretty good for this term. Again, I got links from you. So I think your links can definitely support any page going to a 33. It's just picking the high traffic spots, right?
Right.
But I also believe without getting links, you're not going to rank for these terms. You're just not.
True.
It's too competitive. And the fact is that links still work, because how else are you going to get them? Like, how are you going to get people to link to you?
True.
Right?
So I agree.
Here we are, Google's algorithm 15, 20 years later, and it just holds true.
I love it. Yeah. Simple and sticking to it, and doing the basics, not overcomplicating it, doing what works too.
Yep. So I'm going to rewrite these 4 posts, get some links at it, and the blog traffic should keep going up, which, I get about 70 cents of visitors, what that's worth to me, 70, 80 cents right in there. Here, I want to show you, this is my post. It fell down a few spots. Well, there we go. I don't know, it doesn't matter. There's other terms mine will rank at the top for, but you see how it jumps out with that 5-star review, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And so, highly recommend that tool.
And then on that page, does it say like the number of reviews on the page too?
What's that?
Does it actually say the number of reviews on the page?
The number of reviews? Yeah, it's a plugin. And you could, not that I did this, but you could go to a site like Fake Name Generator and generate names and put in reviews for 5 stars. And they'll show up on the site, which frankly just adds more credibility to it. Yeah.
Yep. That's sweet. Yeah. I like that. Yeah. The 5-star review thing. That's huge. Yep. Because I was just saying it because one time somehow like we used the code, the metadata to make the snippet show without actually having the reviews on the actual page. And then we just like put a number from his Etsy store, like how many reviews he had. And then we got actually a penalty. It was like it was a spam penalty. So I was just making sure that you had the reviews on the page, but that's how I learned it. But if you have the plugin, most likely it comes with those reviews on the page. But in theory, you could even modify the plugin to not show it on the page for whatever reason. But yeah, you're set. I just want to make sure everyone knows. Have the reviews on the page.
Hey, Mike, my thing says I'm presenting. Is everything showing up okay to you?
Yeah, I think it was on you the whole time. Yeah, I think I okay, what about now?
Now I think it goes back and forth.
Does it?
Talking, I think. Okay. That's what it should be doing.
Yeah. Anyhow. Sweet. So anything else, or do you want to go over?
Yeah, I had some notes. I was just looking at them. Okay. One other thing I thought we could just kick around is this tool. I wanna mine it for more keywords that I could go after if I even need to. I don't know. Maybe we can think about that for a little bit. But what would you do to try to exhaust that tool to find the low-hanging fruit? What would be your strategy? You get where I'm going with this.
I do. It's detailed work. And it's putting it in like all the different tools, I would say, combination of Google AdWords Planner, because they suggest always the best keywords and they group it for you. And that's like a really well organized way. And then, using your keyword finder tool. And then also, because that'll tell you competition, which is good to know. And then also, like just Googling stuff on that keywords, everything, and then just see if anything can lead to anything else,
So you would just put in every iteration that AdWords Planner can kick out, pump it into this tool. That's all you can do. Okay, that's what I thought of doing too. I didn't know if there was any.
You may have to put a few different variations. Like you can sometimes just put like one, but you may need like a few different like starting keywords for it to. But it's pretty good at finding most of them. But
Yeah. Okay. I'll have to find a way to make sure I don't redo the ones I've already written. I can handle that. All right. Yeah.
Yep.
So I think here's another thing too. I think after I do that, I'm not going to need this tool for a while. Like I probably just cancel it.
I agree.
Like that's my point, is to exhaust it of everything in the market, mine it for all the data I can, and then dump it. Like why pay $50 a month?
I agree.
I won't look at it. I got plenty of work to do for the rest of the year now.
Yep. I agree.
So I noticed on those sites that yeah, they want $350 or $50 a month. Like
Exactly.
the monthly's a lot higher, and this is why people can just mine all the data and quit.
I agree. Yeah, if that's all you need it for, that's all you need it for. And yeah, if you need it longer, you need it longer, you know?
Yeah.
Just depends. You want to go over the audiobook real quick?
Yeah, let's do that, and then we can probably wrap it up.
Sounds good. All right, yeah. So just editing all this now. So this is
Oh, yeah, could you talk us through your process of, you wrote a book, a 400-page book. Now you're going about making an audiobook, and yeah, what tools you use and how you set it up, and I think that'd be super interesting.
Okay, yeah. So I'm using Audacity. It's actually a free program, and it's really nice. And then all the tracks are within here. So this is like each like little section.
Audio Audacity?
Is it what?
Does it just do audio?
It just does audio. Yep.
Okay. And you make tracks?
Yep. And I make each track. So I like chunked it out. Like this is a section, and then there's like 2 main parts to it. And then each of those parts have like 3 parts, kind of like that. So then, yeah, you like add a new track, and then, you know, you got your new track and you can name it, and then you can actually, so you name your track, whatever it is. I mean, you could just do this in chapters or pages or whatever you wanted to do. Then when you export multiple, and then you can split filters based on tracks. So that'll just export it, and it'll put that little like 1, 2, 3, you know, thing in there. But yeah, just record it. So
throughout the entire process, throughout the entire funnel. For example, being kind of general, but really this is kind of how it is. Meet with us to get to the top spots, you know, schedule the meeting to get to the top spots, invest in our service to get to the top spots.
I don't know if that's a good part, but yeah, it was really interesting. I probably learned a lot about like audio recording too. Like make sure everything's super silent. Like I could even hear the refrigerator.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah. And then like at first I was really like projecting, like being too like announcer like. So then I learned to like read and share a lot better by the end of the book. Like each section I get better, so it's kind of like different and really like emphasize stuff more. And but yeah, it was just super exhausting. I mean, I would talk for like 12 hours a day.
Wow. How many hours is this audiobook?
I don't know. I think I estimate 10 hours.
Wow.
I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, but then going back, so once, like, if you make any mistakes, you know, you can just find, you know, so this was 2 pieces, you know, I would just cut out. I don't want to.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
If that was like a little mistake there, I would just, yeah. So, I mean, it's super easy to edit. So then like that, you know, then that'll just play through, you know.
If you're making it, you could say, Mary went to the store. Wait, cut that back to Mary.
Yep.
Came from the store.
It's crazy what you can do. The only time you can't do it is like when you're really talking like every word like right next to each other. But a lot of these, like, you can just split it like at these points, you know.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
But some of them, if you talk too much. But yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much it. And then yeah, I got 1 sale so far, and the guy bought the book, the audio course, and the video course. So I guess there's a demand for that. I mean, based off 1 conversion, but still, like you said, people want the audio.
Mike, I'm telling you, the thing I like about the book is that I have a physical book that says YouTube marketing on my coffee table, and I look smart to my friends. Like, that's why I would want your book, honestly. Right? I'm never gonna have the time I wouldn't say nor the inclination, but you know, the reading it requires a lot of effort. Driving around in my car to listen to audiobooks, that's like my favorite thing to do. So the audiobook has a ton of value, right? If I can learn something passively when I'm driving in the car, oh my God, that has huge value.
True. Yeah. So yeah, this is like version 1. So it's like, it was super skinny. And then this is version 2.
See?
And then
Bible, man.
So version 3 is still coming, but dude, it's so organized. Literally every single page is like a headline. And it tells you like what section you're in and stuff. You can see it on a Word, but it won't do it justice.
No, you gotta have the printed thing.
Yeah, yeah. So it's pretty sweet. It's almost done. And then I'm just getting some designs finalized. And then, yeah, I also got to turn into a video course after I edit it. But it took a week and a half to record on audio. So
start the video course once someone buys.
Well, someone did buy it.
Did someone already bought the video course?
Yeah, they bought it. Yep.
Oh, okay. I'll put you on that. At least you feel good about it. At least you got a sale, right?
Yep. And I told him that he can just, it's coming and he's a special case and he can ask me like anything.
Yep.
And I said I'd meet with him too. And then he said he wants like, he said he wanted like some data of like how all the clicks and all the call, like he wanted that data. I was like, okay. So I gave him some data and then he didn't respond yet, but that's what he asked for. So whatever he wants.
You want to see working campaigns.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense. Yeah. People get busy, you know, I noticed that. They sign up for courses in particular and never use them, never log in. The one takeaway I got when Jeff did his course was, you know, you do your sale and then you release the lessons in weeks and you just record and release, you know, you do it for a month and you got your 4 sections and it's what it is.
Yeah. We've talked about that strategy before. Sometimes it's good and sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
Like if you're still refining your system of like how it works, it's probably not the best. But if you already
or the ad channel itself changes on you.
Yeah, that too. So I've made like an update doc. Now everything that updates, I'm just putting in that doc. So I'm like, I cannot redo the audio, like, you know, in the book, like every freaking day.
Yeah.
We're making changes. So
ship it at some point.
Yeah, exactly. But I think I really learned like a lot about like quality too. Having like quality is key because when I was recording the voiceover, I could tell like the parts where like I skipped like and I didn't like edit and proof that well. It's like, oh, it's just good enough. Like it looks good. But then actually reading out was like so hard to read out. Like it just
you caught all the errors, huh?
Yeah. So that was a huge thing too. Yeah. I mean, there was like it blended from like kind of bad to like really bad and like really good, you know. It was like each page, but I could tell like wherever I edited more, it'd be like so easy to read. And then where I didn't edit that much, just so it looks good enough, I was like, I can barely say this out loud. Like, thank God I did do this process. And I kind of learned that lesson too, that like stuff has indirect effect. Like this makes the book a lot better. Even if I sold just the book, like doing it on audio made me say every single word, you know, I couldn't just gloss over it in my mind or, you know, or say I'm just saying it out loud. Like once you actually record it, it's another level because, you know, you're like another person's going to be listening to this. So
was it days like, man, I'm supposed to be recording an audio book here and I've been editing the book because I can't even read it because it needs so much editing.
And it was the specific sections where like I skipped in the editing. It was like got to like section 4 and it's like I haven't really gone through this that much in 5.
That's funny.
So yeah.
Oh yeah, it is kind of just smoothing the whole thing out, man. Cool.
Yep. So yeah, also like patience is huge when you have quality too, and when like this long-term projects.
Yeah.
I
heard someone talking the other day, and they were saying something along the lines of, these guys make it sound like it's easy to just whip out a course and an audio book and, you know, a video course and all this stuff. And it really does take a tremendous amount of effort. It really does.
It does. It's interesting. You don't hear about it as much. Like you hear like, oh yeah, hustle and hard work, but not like, I guess like all the exact hours that like went into like creating a video or a marketing campaign, you know,
or the landing page, setting up the funnel, thinking about the offers. Yeah. Yeah. It's endless stuff, man.
Eventually I want to build a team that does all that, you know.
You got an SEO team. It's a start, man.
Yeah. Sarah's doing it all.
Yeah. That's great.
Now she's like doing some pay-per-click stuff for them as well. So yeah. And she's going to start selling moon lamps. You know what a moon lamp is?
No, but I'm glad she's doing that because you guys have a client that's killing it. And
Yeah.
she talked about like competing against them and outranking them. And I think that's highly unethical. But if you're doing moon lamps, that's kind of an adjacent business. And I think that's great.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just literally a lamp that looks like a moon. And yeah, she's going to see if she can rank that. She made a Wix site. It's kind of funny. Yep.
No, I think, you know, you get a client and see something working for him.
He's making 60,000 a month now.
You know what I'm saying? You see it working for him. And if you can replicate what he's doing, like by all means, that's part of the beauty of the position you're in. You get to see across more people what's working.
It's interesting. She said she was going to make someone else a millionaire before she becomes a millionaire. But I'm like, that's how it works.
It does. Yeah. You help other people make money and they'll make you some money, right?
I agree. So then it's like, how many people can you make a millionaire, you know?
Yeah.
And then, once everyone, but I've experienced that too. Cause I remember Magna was my first SEO client selling temporary walls. And then she was like, did SEO and then started making like 60,000 a month as well. It's interesting. So I was like, I got to do something like that, you know? So yeah, seeing it's huge.
It's the only free game on the internet right now, as far as I'm concerned. YouTube is too. YouTube can be too.
Yeah.
Search kind of type things. I mean, the rest of it, you're hustling, man. Instagram, you're hustling all the time to keep that baby going.
Yep. And, but yeah, I think for YouTube, the market, because for like Facebook training, of course, that's going to be on YouTube, but then probably the PC tail stuff, not as much, right? Is that true?
Yeah, it is interesting. I use the exact same process on PC Tattletale that I did with Facebook, and I thought I'd get the same results. And yeah, the YouTube channel, it accounts for low single-digit sales from every metric I can tell. It's just with PC Tattletale, for whatever reason, what works is the SEO. That's what works for that one. For the building social proof, it was not SEO by a long shot. It was social media. It was Twitter worked really well. Facebook ads. It was just a different fingerprint of a business.
True. Yeah, that's why I really depends.
Personality, you know, are just different. So this one works this way. My concern is that there's just not enough keywords out there to really scale it, you know?
Yeah, but what about the more broader ones, like about how to like track, how to?
I think when I get to there, you know, but I mean, like, I guess it's not much of a concern. You probably can't scale it to $1 billion business, right? It's not going to.
I mean, that is a good point.
It's only going to scale so much because there's only so much demand out there. But I do know my competitors are multi-million-dollar companies, so the demand's out there. They're finding it.
A thing Grant Cardone says, like he says, never rely on one vertical. So I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Something too.
Yep, I agree. There's a lot of risk built into that business at a lot of vectors too.
So you got to put something else in place too then.
Another lead source probably at some point, yeah.
True, but what about even like only relying on one business? Like what if for some reason like that comes like illegal for something like software like on your computer or something like that?
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I would balance that with these things are so tremendously hard to get started and going. That it's a hell of an endeavor. And if I do that, I can't do PC Tattletale then. So just stick with what's working, you know?
Makes sense.
It's plenty of work to keep the customers happy, to keep the software up to date, to keep the goddamn server running, keep your Amazon bill under control. There's enough to do there. Yep. I know what you're saying. I know. I do think about that. Like, if this thing becomes undoable, I think what I would do is look around and pivot on the technology I already know, which is like the cell phone tracking piece. But you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I did make my second Bitcoin sale today, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah. So I made one in May, and now I made another one. Mm-hmm.
Well, everyone listening, what's going on in your life? And also, what do you think of all this? What traffic source is working for you? Which ones do you want to explore, test out, etc.? my voice is about to give out, so we'll end it here.
Yeah, I think it's a good spot, man. And we'll do it again next week, hey?
Yep, sounds good. Every week, make sure you subscribe, like, leave a comment, and let us know. See you guys.